Hi, hey, welcome. We've got a very short life skills today because we're not meeting and our offices are closed for Labor Day. So we want to have a short thing. We're not going to take too much of your time, and you're gonna see that Susan's going to share just a couple of things. But the thought we wanted to plant in everybody this week was to treat other people as we want them to treat us, kind of like accepting people that we don't always understand, or that maybe they need to be accepted even though they might not be easy to get along with, all those kind of things. And that's really a principle that guides lives. We always say at Rogue Retreat, do the next right thing. And the next right thing is whoever we run into, we got to try to be thinking about, okay, what are they going through? What are the situations in life? What do they need from me? And the more we give, we really get more back. And that's really the truth of it all. So this week, let's try to figure out how we can treat people with great respect and dignity and see what happens. I think our lives will get better too.
Susan, do raisins go bad?
What?
Do raisins go bad? Because these are very tasteless and they smell kind of like paper or cardboard.
Oh my goodness. Cover your mouth when you cough.
Sorry.
Or if you're not wearing your mask, you can do the chicken wing thing. The chicken wing?
Chicken wing?
Yeah.
Okay, but
Yeah.
do
Don't
they go
cough
bad?
into the air. All your water droplets are going everywhere. So don't do that.
Okay.
Okay, so what was your question?
Do raisins go bad? Because these don't taste like raisins and they smell like cardboard.
Uh-oh.
What do you mean, uh-oh?
Uh-oh. I just printed out these things because I wanted to know more facts about the coronavirus. And they list a bunch of symptoms. And two of them are a cough and a new loss of the sense of taste or smell. Did you eat some raisins last week?
Yes.
Could you taste them?
Yes. But I
And
can't
now you
this
can't?
week. No.
Okay. Well,
What else?
okay, it could be, do you have chills?
I thought it was the AC. The bird shivers?
Do you have those?
No.
Okay, that's good. What about a fever?
I can't tell.
Well, you don't always have to have a fever. Some
Okay.
people have had it and they don't even get a fever. What about a sore throat?
Yes.
A little sore throat?
Only on this side.
Only on it, okay. What about muscle pain?
Always.
Shortness of
My
breath?
toe hurts too.
Not your toe.
Oh.
That's not a sign of COVID.
Oh.
That's because you ran into the chair last week.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. What about shortness of breath?
Maybe a little.
Wow. Man, that doesn't look good.
What would I do?
Well, this one says what to do if you have COVID-19 symptoms. Okay, it says stay home when you're sick.
Well, I guess I gotta go home early.
I guess. Okay, if you think you need to see a doctor, just call them first. Don't
Okay.
just show up at your doctor's office.
Right.
And then it says separate yourself from other people in your home. Remember this? You remember the 6-foot rule.
6 feet. Back up. Right there.
Right there? Okay. And then don't invite visitors, but drop-off delivery is okay.
Kind of like a ding-dong ditch.
Well, maybe.
Ding-dong, left your food, bye.
Okay, that'd be okay.
Okay.
But if you have to answer the door, make sure you wear your mask.
Okay.
Or, I don't know, maybe don't answer the door. Wait till they leave.
Okay.
That will keep you really safe. Okay. And then, well, there's so much information. Maybe you should go onto the Oregon Health Authority website.
I can do that.
Yeah, so here's what you want to look up.
What do I want to look up?
You want to look up Oregon Health Authority, COVID-19 information. Okay?
There it is.
All right.
And click on it.
So this tells you what kinds of things you can do to make sure that you and others stay safe.
Okay.
All right. So I'd be thinking you should go home, maybe get tested. I'd be thinking I should move a little further away. So, catch you later. Oh, make sure when you talk to the doctor, they're going to tell you that you need to quarantine for a couple weeks. Were you exposed to anybody?
Not that I know of.
Okay, well, listen to your doctor, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, catch you later.
Later.
Thank you, Scotty, for participating in our skit. But I hope you got a lot of information from that, and if you need more information, you can go to the website at the Oregon Health Authority. You can go to their COVID-19 page, so just Google Oregon Health Authority COVID-19 information, and you should get plenty of information from that. Thanks.
I can taste my raisins. They smell like raisins. It was just a skit.
Well, this week is going to be a little bit shorter, as Chad already mentioned, because it's a holiday, but we hope that you still have the opportunity to not only listen to this, but pass it along to other people in the program, or if there's somebody outside the program, you can pass it along to them too. So this week we're going to show 3 videos. So the first video, number 1, is about a kid who talks about being different and how awesome that is. So it's only a few minutes long. Go ahead and listen. Video number 1.
My name is Cole, and over the next few minutes, I'm going to teach you that it's okay to be different. Since a young age, I've worn different colored socks and 2 different shoes. Why? Because I am unique, a standout from the crowd. I feel best when I am being me. This summer, a funny thing happened. I was in a bookstore with my mom when I realized everyone was strangely quiet. And so I did what needed to be done. I started singing. As a joke, my mom pointed to a book and said, "Hey Cole, this book is for you." I pulled it out and read the cover. Here's what it said: "You're weird." A creative journal for misfits, oddballs, and anyone else who's uniquely awesome. It's the best book ever. It tells everyone it's cool to be different. Today, I'm going to tell you about a friendship of mine that is a little different than you might expect. This is one of my best friends, Steven. He is the happiest person I know. Steven is 44 years old and has autism. Let me start by explaining how we became special friends. When my mom was just 13 years old, she was in the high school cafeteria about to have lunch with her friends. Then she passed a table of kids with special needs. Steven was a boy at that table. He shouted out, "Hey, what's your name? Come sit with me." My mom sat down, and in that moment, a special friendship began. Steven asked my mom 3 questions. He wanted to know what she was having for lunch, her phone number, and if they could be friends for 40 years. As my mom gave him her phone number and said yes, he clapped with excitement and said, "I will call you every day." Ever since that day, in 1988, he has kept his promise and called our house every single day. When I was born, Steven was a special part of our family, and I've grown up calling him Uncle Steven. Steven is included in family dinners, he comes to my soccer games, he loves watching movies with us, and every couple of weeks he has a sleepover. Steven has had autism his whole life. Autism spectrum disorder refers to a range of conditions characterized by challenges with social skills, repetitive behaviors, speech and nonverbal communications, as well as by unique strengths and differences. My friend Steven is not able to drive a car, but he is able to memorize every phone number he has ever heard. There is no cure for autism, but I think Steven is perfect the way he is. One of my favorite memories with Steven is whenever a fire truck passes us. He shouts out, "When I grow up, I want to be a fire truck." That always makes me smile. He likes the idea of being a fireman, but he loves the idea of being a fire truck. Another thing that always makes me laugh is how much he likes to eat. Have you ever met someone who can eat a steak, 8 slices of pizza, French fries, apple pie, ice cream, and they are still starving? Well, Steven eats all that almost every time we see him. Finally, one of my favorite memories with Steven is when we play hide and seek. He always hides in the closets. I love playing hide and seek with Steven. It always makes me smile. But not just me. He makes everyone smile. I don't think we need a cure for autism, just like we don't need a cure for freckles. Autism is not a disease, just like brown hair isn't a disease. You don't need to fix something that isn't broken. I look up to my Uncle Steven, as he is the happiest person I know. Steven doesn't try to be like anyone else. He is exactly who he was meant to be. Imagine a world where we all live like Steven. Find out what makes you different. Don't be afraid to stand out. Wake up, jump out of bed, and be exactly who you are. We are all a little different, and that's awesome. Thank you.
Video number 2. Being different is not always bad. Sometimes, being different can be just a really good thing, and this video will demonstrate that. It's called Be a Mr. Jensen, video 2.
I have a lot of memories from when I was a child. One that's always stuck out to me, though, was when I was about 10 years old, and I was in school, and I struggled. And I didn't struggle with English, math, or science. I struggled holding still. And I would try to listen and focus and process ideas, but I couldn't help myself. And to be honest, I would sit there and then I would just start tapping. And the students in the class would look at me and they'd say, "Hey, stop tapping." A lot of the time, I didn't even realize I was doing it. And then eventually even the teachers got after me and they would yell at me and they'd say, "Clint, you have to stop tapping." It got so bad that I got sent to the principal's office for tapping. And he said to me, "Okay, maybe when you go back to class, just try sitting on your hands." And so I did. I went back to class, and when I felt myself starting to tap, I did this. I sat on my hands. And that worked for about 5 seconds. One time I was tapping in class, and my teacher, Mr. Jensen, he looked at me and he yelled. And he said, "Clint, stay after class." And I thought to myself, this is it. I am done. Now, I've always been the type of person that believes that a single moment in time can change a person's life. And this was one of those moments for me, and I will never forget it. And so I was sitting there with Mr. Jensen and an empty classroom. And he walked past me and he sat next to his desk and he said, "Clint, come here. I want to talk to you." And as he looked me right in the eye, he said, "Now, I need you to know something. You're not in trouble. But I do have just one question that I have to ask you." And he said, "Have you ever thought about playing the drums?" And in that moment, Mr. Jensen, he leaned back and he opened the top drawer of his desk. And he reached in and he pulled out my very first pair of drumsticks. And he held them in his hands and he looked at me and he said, "Hey, Clint, you're not a problem. I think you're a drummer." From that moment on, I've never put those sticks down. I've toured, recorded, and played drums all over the world. My whole college education was paid for with drumsticks in my hand. Just because of a single moment in time when somebody believed in me. And he saw something in me that I didn't even see within myself. And from that moment, I learned that there's a difference between being the best in the world and being the best for the world.
Video number 3. This last video is by a kid called Kid President. So I don't know if you've seen any of his videos, but they're really cute. But this is 20 things that we should say more often. So, video 3.
20 things we should say more often. Number 20, thank you. And not just on Thanksgiving, every day. Number 19, excuse me. Number 18, here's a surprise corn dog that I bought you because you're my friend. there'll be more corn dogs and more happy people. This is a good idea. Corn dog for you, corn dog for you, corn dog for you. Number 17, I'm sorry. Number 16, I forgive you. Number 15, you can do it! But don't say it if it's something they can't do. Number 14, another thing that we should say more often, I have barbecue sauce in my shirt too. Before you say something about the barbecue sauce on somebody else's shirt, take a look at the barbecue sauce on your own shirt. Number 13, please. Number 12, everything is going to be okay. Number 11, oh, you got me a corn dog too? You shouldn't have, buddy. Number 10, I don't know. I know a lot of people who need to say that. My sister. Number 9, you're so awesome I named my dog after you. Wait. That could hurt someone's feelings. I mean boat. I named my boat after you. Wait, who even has a boat? You're so awesome, I legally changed my name to yours. Wait, that's super creepy. Just tell people they're awesome and mean it. Number 8, hello, person that I've never met before. Here's a high five. Number 7, my sports team is not always the best sports team. It takes a big man to say that. Number 6, nothing. Sometimes that's the best thing you can say. Number 5. Doesn't mean anything, but it's just really funny. Number 4, I disagree with you, but I still like you as a person who is a human being, and I'll treat you like that. Because if I didn't, it would make everything bad, and that's what lots of people do, and it's lame. Whew, I need a water break, y'all. It's okay to disagree, but it's not okay to be mean. Number 3, sometimes you just gotta scream. Number 2, life is tough, but so are you. Sometimes we all need to be reminded to keep going. Number 1, something nice, anything. If you can't think of anything nice to say, you're not thinking hard enough. So what about you? What do you think people should say more often? Leave a comment below and let's hear it. Oh, and I got a bonus one for you. Something that we should say more often? Let's dance.
So I thought these were just fun videos to just remind us that it's okay to be different. And I'm different, and that's okay. And it took me a long time to realize that. So I hope that you get this and that you know that being you is perfect. You are just absolutely wonderful just how you are. And I hope you have a really great weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye.